Monday Night Raw of the year or no? Hey, what's going on, guys? Kevin Zwicker from the Fast. I'm coming at you. And while I was watching this episode of Monday Night Raw, I started scrolling down my timeline on Twitter, and I saw a tweet by Sam Roberts where he asked, "Are we ready to declare the Monday Night Raw after SummerSlam as the new Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania?" And it got me thinking, because if you watched the press conference after SummerSlam, you saw Triple H basically confirm that this was the last SummerSlam that we will be getting. There will be only one night only. And if you watch this episode of Monday Night Raw, you saw a lot of familiar calling cards that we would usually get in the past of the Raw after Mania. We saw debuts, we saw returns, we saw big-time impactful angles, and it really felt like a changing of the guard in a big reset of the show tonight. We saw Gunther open up the show, rocking his new heavyweight championship. We saw Braun Breaker cut a backstage promo declaring that nobody will be taking his title and nobody will be taking the name off of it as long as it's his. We saw a huge, impactful beatdown laid upon Seth Rollins by Bronson Reed. And the thing that was the most impressive thing about this beatdown is, if you've been paying attention to the product, Bronson Reed has been pretty cold. They haven't really used him a lot recently. And just like that, with this beatdown that he laid upon Seth Rollins, he got so much hotter in that moment that he did that, which really is great for him, because now you could really see him being in an impactful storyline, and it actually feel like it means something by that beatdown that he put on Seth Rollins. Then we got the in-ring debut of the Wyatt Six, and they looked extremely impressive, busting out maneuvers that were tag team oriented based. And the funny thing about it was, having Chad Gable involved in this storyline was probably the greatest decision that Triple H has made to do with these guys. Because Chad Gable is, I know he gets this comparison to Kurt Angle a lot. He is a guy who can play goofy very well, but he's a guy who can be a killer in that ring very well also. And I feel like the dynamic of him and the Wyatt Six has been gold since they've started this thing. And one of the situations that is very surprising to me, and something that is extremely apparent, is just how over Damian Priest is. You would think after the guy lost his championship at SummerSlam that he'd be in trouble. But the craziest thing is, he comes across much bigger after losing the championship than he was with the championship. And the storyline that we have with the new Judgment Day that they laid out, it's really making this feud between Damian Priest and Finn Balor seem much bigger. I'm sure that they're going to have a killer match at the Bash in Berlin, and possibly going forward after that. This Monday Night Raw is really putting itself in the conversation for Raw of the year, just basically because of the moving parts. I know that SummerSlam was a very story-oriented pay-per-view, well, PLE, very story-oriented PLE, but this Monday Night Raw took a really good and compelling SummerSlam and kind of turned it up a notch. And what we have on SmackDown is going to turn things up to a 10 with the return of the Tribal Chief. I can't wait for Friday Night SmackDown. WWE is on fire. Let me know what you thought about this Monday Night Raw tonight. Let me know what you're looking forward to going forward. Remember to like and subscribe. I'm Kevin Zwicker. I'm out.